So in our last class we have discussed the SAP Note.
Yesterday class was there.
Yeah, this is what we discussed yesterday. What is SAP Note and how to implement SAP Note. Today we will discuss daily health check activities. Today we will discuss about daily health check activities. What it means. Daily health check activities means what it means. Any idea? Anyone?
We need to check storage and event log for any system errors and all.
Okay. Daily health check activities. It means today I'm doing daily health check activities. For which system we will perform these daily check activities. In real-time scenario, these daily check activities will be performed for maximum production systems on daily basis. Okay. Why? Because today I'm checking my daily health check activities of my production system. Means last 24 hours how my system has been working, how my system worked. Okay, so that information I need to know, how my system has been performed. That system I need, that information I need to know. That information, how I can get it? Using my daily health check activities. I can know how my system has been performed in last 24 hours. Okay, in various ways we can do the daily health check activities. At operating system level we can cross check, at database level we can check, at SAP level also we can check. In 3 layers I can check my production system. Within last 24 hours, right? So all this information in 3 layers, OS level, database level, SAP level, I need to check within last 24 hours. Then I can come to know how my system is performed in various ways. Means what is my system response time? Okay, how many users are logged in, and how many background jobs are completed and how many background jobs are cancelled, and what are the SAP ABAP dumps are occurred in last 24 hours, and what is my system logs are generated in last 24 hours, and how many updates are failed in last 24 hours. Okay, is there any long running work processes are there in last 24 hours? Is there any log entries are there? Log entries. Okay, so these are the different various levels we can identify my system performance. Okay, at operating system level means at operating system level I can monitor my file systems, Is there any file systems are going to full? How my file systems are size is there as of now. Okay, and from operating system level I can see whether my system is available or not. Is there any logs are there? Logs means error logs. Okay, so that is what we can cross check at operating system level and at database level. Database level, how my table spaces are utilizing, what is my table spaces sizes. Is there any table space is going to full 99%, 100%? Okay. Is there any missing indexes are there? How my backups are running? Is there my backup was completed successfully, my last backup? So these are the various ways we can do work at database level. At SAP level, what we discussed previously. So these are the different ways we can do a monitoring, and based on that we can identify the system performance. So that is what this is daily health check activities. Okay. So log into the production system. For that, what you need to do, log into PRD system. In which client I need to log in? Product 2 client, not a standard clients. We need to log into the product 2 client. For example, I have a product 2 client in PRD system 300. So you need to log into the 300 system, not standard clients. Okay. And one more important point is, whenever you are doing a daily health check activities, every client will have a different format. Every client will have a different format for this daily health check activities. Some clients will follow some Excel sheets, or some clients will follow some PDFs, or some clients will follow the documents type. Okay, so this is not a mandatory. It should be one standard format for all the clients, for all the projects. It's not a mandatory, because every client will have their own standard format. The standard format will be in Excel sheets or PDF documents or documents type, means Word document type. Okay. And also one more point is, in daily health check activities, if you are doing Excel sheet or PDF format or Word document, so you need to fill the values. Values means what? Whenever I am doing a daily health check activities, and what is the value of that result, of the T-code result, I need to maintain in that Excel sheet. Okay. So by seeing values, so ultimately who will cross check this daily health check activities? My project manager or my client side manager, or my client will see this document. Okay. Using this document, my client can understand how my system is performing. So whenever you have mentioning the values, into the Excel sheet or PDF document or any documents, whenever you are mentioning the values, what will happen? the client will not understand. Correct? As a technical SAP basis consultant, you can understand the values, but client does not understand. Correct? Client does not understand the values. So for that purpose, what will happen in every sheets, what are the values you are maintaining? Okay, for every value they will maintain some colors. They will maintain some colors. Colors means if there is no errors, for example, then it should be a green color. If there is a warnings, then it should be a yellow color. Then if there is some errors, then it should be a red color, right? So whenever I have maintained the values with the colors, then my client can easily understand. Then client can understand. Easily can understand how my system is performing in last 24 hours. You got my point? So this is what we are doing a daily health check activities. This is the purpose of we are doing daily health check activities. Any doubts? So in daily health check activities, first of all, log into the productive client. In productive client, in how many instances are there? All the instances are up and running. Okay, you need to cross check how many instances are there. Are all the instances are up and running or not? We need to cross check. Okay, log into productive client and execute SM51T code. What is the use of SM51? The SM51T code, it will give you the application servers list, means SAP servers list. SAP servers list means what? And how many instances are there? For example, you have one central instance and two dialog instances. Then how many instances are there? 3 instances are there. So the 3 instances list will be shown here in SM51T code. Means 3 entries will be shown here. 3 entries, and the status active or shut down. Okay. If my dialog instance is shut down, will my production system will run or not?
Yeah, it will run.
Okay. If my central instance is shut down, will my production system run or not?
Not.
Okay, good. So in SM51, I need to check whether my 3 instances are up and running or not. Whether my 3 instances are up and running or not. Okay. One second. So in SM51, I can check all my instances are up and running or not. And second T code, whenever you have a 3 instances list here, if you double click on one particular instance, then you can see the work process related, the instance related work process list. Whenever I have double click on this instance specific work process list I can able to see. So that is the T code of SM50. Okay, in SM50 what it means? Work process overview of the particular instance. Work process overview of my particular instance. Here I can able to see in this particular instance, is there any long running work process or not? Is there or not? Any long running work process? Long running means how I can identify long running?
Based on time.
Based on the time, correct? So based on the time, I can identify the long running work processes. So I need to check only dialog work process only. If there is any background work process is long running, so it's not a big matter. Why? Because that background work process we can check in a SM37T code. Okay, why how much time it is running, and that background job previously, whether the background job has been run or not in the previously. Okay, if it is run, then we need to know whether the background job has been finished or not previously. If it is finished, we need to know and how much time it took for the last background job. Previously, how much time it has been taken. Okay, based on that, we can come to know one idea. Okay, the last time it has been taken like 2 days it has been executed. Now around 1 day, 1.5 day is completed. Now still it is running. So I can come to know, okay, one more half day need to do within one more half day the background job can be completed. Okay, based on the previous history of my background job, I can come to know current background job when it will finish. Got it?
Yeah.
That is SM50. Instance wise work process overview. Now SM66. What is SM66? It's a global work process overview. Global work process overview means what? System-wide work process overview. System-wide means how many instances are there? All the instances work process overview here we can make, you can see. All the work process overview, global work processes means all the instances work process overview we can see in SM66. Here also we can see what is the long running work processes are there based on the timings. Is there any long running work process, then what will happen? We need to double click on the work process. If you double click on the work process, then it will open the individual work process overview list. It contains what program currently it is utilizing, okay, which T code it has been called, and which table it has been called, which SQL statement is currently executing, how many records are executed, and how much memory it has been consumed, and what is the current state of my work process. Current status means what? Whether it is a running or waiting or on hold. Okay, so these are the current these are the different work process status.
How we will come to know all this? We have to double click on the work process.
Yes, if you double click on that work process, you can monitor the work process overview, work process list, the individual work process list: running, waiting, on hold. On hold means, you know, running and waiting, right? So on hold means what? On hold means whenever this work process is running, for example, this work process is running and the status is on hold here, first work process, dialog work process 1. For example, this work process status is on hold. What is mean by on hold? So whenever one dialog work process is executing, it will execute a program, SQL statements, right? So, and in this work process request, it contains one request, right? It contains one work process request, correct? So this work process request may be calling some other request. In the same work process request only, it will be calling some other request. Okay. So whenever some other dependency request has been called in this work process, what will happen? Again, the dependency request will be assigned to another work process. Okay, that is one point. Or maybe this work process is calling some other RFC. Another RFC, it is calling one RFC connection. Then what will happen? Then it will call to the RFC. That RFC will be executed again using the work process only, right? So whenever it is calling one RFC or whenever it is calling some dependency work process, dependency request, then what will happen? This request will be go to on hold status. Once the dependency request has been completed, again it will start a running status.
Yeah, the dependency request will be dialog work process.
Yes, it may be a dialog or background, anything. Why? Because if there is an RFC, the RFC can call a dialog work process. Okay. If there is any dependency, another request, it can call work dialog work process.
How exactly we will identify among these 10 dialog work process which is the dependent dialog work process?
If you see, if you double click on that work process, okay, the status we can see, yeah, which is on hold. If you double click on that, there we can see it will tell you the on hold, waiting for RFC, waiting for RFC. Okay, so
yeah,
waiting for RFC, it will show you the information waiting for RFC. Okay, and on hold means what? Some other dependency work process is executing, so that's why this current parent work process has been into on hold status. Okay, so these are the different statuses are there for my work process. Okay, next, and how many users are logged in at the system as of now? How many users are logged in? AL08 and SM04 is the transactions. AL08 is the list of users logged in into the system level. This is a system level, means global list of users, AL08. It will give you the total number of users list. It's a global, means system wide, and users logged in a particular instance, SM04. How I can see this? First, connect to the instance. How I can connect to instance? Go to SM51, select the instance, double click on that instance. When you double click on this particular instance, you can see this, that instance specific work process overview. Okay, in that you can execute in that same screen, you can execute SM04. Whenever you have executed SM04, that particular instance specific users list we can monitor here. So SM04 and AL08 to check the users, active users, how many users are logged in. Okay.
If you want to kill the user session, we can do here.
In SM04 you can kill the user session. In SM04, not AL08. In SM04 you can kill the user sessions. Okay. And updates in my production system last 24 hours, the so many updates will be run. Okay, it's not a mandatory all the updates should be completed successfully. Maybe some other updates are cancelled due to any coding related issues or some technical issues. Okay, so I need to check how many updates are failed in last 24 hours. So what I need to do? Go to SM13 screenshot. In that SM13 screenshot, give client place star and user place star, and give the from date. From date means from yesterday onwards, and enter or execute. Then you can see the list of updates. Okay. You can see the list of updates. You can see the list of updates. What are the updates are failed in last 24 hours. Okay. So list of the updates failure means what? How many updates are cancelled? How many updates are failed? You can see the list of cancelled updates. Where in each and single update, if you double click on that, you can see the error. Why the update has been cancelled? Due to what is the issue? What is the technical issue? What is the error? You can see this like insert duplicate record. That is one of the error. Insert duplicate record means what? Insert duplicate record means what?
We are trying to insert the same record.
Yeah, already data has been, that record has been there in the table. So it is trying to update the same record again, updating. It is trying to update. So it will not allow and it will throw you a error. Insert duplicate record.
It will show complete information which record it is trying to insert.
No, it will not show you the complete information. It will tell you the table name and T code, okay, and the error name. That's it. So based on that, we need to identify. Okay, and these are the cancel updates and lock entries. We have a lock mechanism, right? NQ work process.
Yeah.
So what are the objects are executing? Okay, what are the activities, or what are the programs, what are the programming code is executing? In that programming code, what are the SQL statements are executing? Okay, so in that, what are the tables are executing? So every table level, some lock entries will be happen. So whenever user is executing, user is trying to access a table, so what will happen? The lock entry will be will be created on that particular user, on that particular table level, on that particular user, on that particular table level. So those type of lock entries where I can monitor, the lock entries I can monitor in the SM12 T code. Go to SM12, give star and client star, user star, and enter. So this is the list of lock entries you can see. See here, client, username, time, and table, and the lock argument means on which object it has been locked. Okay, whenever this user is completed his work, then the lock will be released automatically from the SM12 T code. From the SM12 T code, the lock entry will be released automatically.
Yeah, from our side we cannot do anything in this SM12. It should automatically get released.
Sorry?
It should automatically get released, or from our side can we do anything?
No, it will release it automatically. Okay, I will tell you.
Yeah.
So if it is not released, then what we need to do?
Yeah.
So here we can see how many lock entries are there and from how much time it has been locked, how many days it has been locked. Okay, so if there is any long pending log entries are there, long pending means more than 24 hours, more than 1 day, more than 2 days, more than 3 days. The log entry is there, for example. Then what we need to do? First of all, we need to cross check this user process is executing in a system or not. First of all, we need to cross check. Okay, without cross check, don't delete the log entry directly. Okay, select it and delete. So don't do this in a production systems. The log entry should not delete into the production system directly. Got my point? So first of all, you need to cross check whether the work process is working or not. User based user ID we have, right? Here. So
Yeah.
based on this user ID, I need to cross check whether any work process is running or not, whether it may be a dialog or background or something. If it is a background process is running, then what is the background job is running, I need to cross check in SM37T code, right? So in that SM37T code, I need to check what is the job it is running. Is that job is a scheduled job? Scheduled job means is that a repeated job? Okay, periodic job, and previous job, how much time it has been taken to complete the job. So I need to cross check. And so what is the current status of my work process, whether it is running or on hold or something, what happened. So these are the related information we need to know if it is a background job is running. Okay, if it is a dialog process is running. Dialog process running means what? We need to check which dialog work process is running and what is the status of my dialog process, whether it is running or on hold or something. Okay, and what currently it is utilizing, what currently it is accessing, means whether it is running records, updating the records, what T code it is executing, which program it is executing. So based on that, we can contact the user via email or phone or something. We can contact to the user, we can ask the user, boss, so and so report, so and so transactions, so and so program is running on your user ID into the system. So there is a long pending job. This is running since 1 day or since 2 days. So are you are you still executing the report, or do you have scheduled any report? Previously, if you scheduled previously, how much time it has been taken? Okay, and still are you working on that? So we need to take this confirmation in all the levels. Okay, for example, if he says so, no, I'm not working. Okay, yesterday I have worked and I have completed my work. Now I am not working, I don't want any report, I am not at all working as of now. Then what will happen? So his work has been completed, but the lock entry is not released, okay, due to some reasons. The lock entry is not released automatically. Then what will happen? The lock entry will be there in my SM12T code. So I need to check. Can you go on mute, Mosaic? The disturbance is coming.
Okay.
So in SM12 code, I can see that pending lock entry. Okay. But if I contacted to my user, he said he is not at all working as of now. What happened? Whenever he completed his work, the log entry has not released automatically due to some technical issues, due to some other issues. Okay. So as a basis consultant, I need to cross check first of all on this user ID, which work process is running, background or dialog, update, spool, enqueue, okay, which work process it is running. If it is running, then I need to check individual work process list overview. What T code, how much memory it has been consumed, what is the status of the work process. And after that, I need to check whether this user ID is logged in or not. Where I can check in AL08 and SM04 whether this user has been logged into the system or not. I need to cross check here. Okay. If the user has been logged in here, okay, and the user login entry is there in SM04 or AL08, okay, then what will happen? So first of all, I need to cross check with the user whether he is logged in or not. If it is login, whether he is working or not. Okay. If he say no, I have not logged in, okay, and I am not doing any work, then what will happen? He is not login, but his login details, login credentials, as we are seeing in SM04. So he is not login as of now. So what will happen? We can kill his work process. Sorry, we can kill his user session from SM04. Select the user. Select the user and go to menu. Okay, log off globally. Select log off globally. Then what will happen? This user will be logged off from the globally means what? System wide I'm going to log off. Global means system wide. System wide I'm going to log off this user. Okay, whenever you have log off, then what will happen? Ultimately the log entry will be released from SM12 code. Okay, if it is not released SM12 code, then what will happen? There is no log entries are there in AL08 or SM04. There are no background jobs are running. No, there are no dialog work process also is running. Okay, and the user is not working at all, and user is not logged in. Okay, so what will happen? Ultimately, after taking these confirmations only, we can delete this log entry. Select the particular log entry and delete it. Okay, when first of all you need to take a confirmation in all the areas, in all the levels. Then only you can kill this work process. Without that, you cannot kill the, you should not do. Okay, you should not do kill the log entries. Not kill the log entries, delete the log entries. You should not do delete the log entries in SM12 code. That is particularly for production systems. Okay. And SM21. SM21 means system logs. It means system logs. System logs, what it contains? Go to SM21, give from date is yesterday, okay, until now, and here see problems and warnings only, all messages. Means system logs means what are the activities are performing in my system, means in my production system, not instance wise. This is the system wide logs. What are the activities are performing, what are the activities are running into my system. Okay, what are the activities are running into my system. All the activities related log information will be maintained in my system log, that is SM21. In SM21 you can check all the messages, you can check the warnings, you can check the problems only. So we need only problems. Okay. So in SM21, it will give you the what are the errors are there. Okay, in system log entries, system logs from previous day onwards. It will give you the errors in a red color. So we need to, if you find out any error in a system log, if you double click on that particular error, then it will give you some detailed information. What is the detailed information? Which user ID, at what time the log has been written, which user ID, which T code, which program, and what is the error name. That is the log information will be maintained in a SM21 T code. Okay.
Yeah. Every day we have to type all these T codes and check the status.
Yes. Yes. Whenever you are in a production system support, and
Yeah.
if the client is performing daily health check activities, then we need to perform all these T codes based on the format. Based on the format, we need to execute the T codes, and we need to maintain the values, colors in that daily health
Yeah.
check activity list document.
Yeah. How many hours it will take every day?
Every day it will take less than 30 minutes or
Okay.
less than, less than 1 hour.
Okay. If any errors are there, then it will take more time to resolve that.
First of all, you need to complete your daily health check activities first. If there is any error, don't go into that error. Don't try to solve that error first. First of all, I need to complete the daily health activities. This document I need to send to clients and managers who are required this daily health activities document. I need to send the report to them in time. Okay. There is a particular time will be maintained for daily health check activities. So we need to send the report in time. Okay. So once you have sent the report, after that you can concentrate on the errors.
Okay.
You can work on the errors and what is the errors you have observed in the daily check health activities report. Okay, on that particular errors we can concentrate and we can try to resolve.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is what SM21 system logs.
Here system logs means SAP system log, right?
Yes, system logs. SAP level, what's happening,
Okay.
what activities are running in SAP level. Those activities related log information we can maintain, we can see in SM21 system logs. Okay.
Yeah.
And ST06 means CPU utilization. My CPU utilization, how much CPU utilization is there and how many CPUs are there, number of CPUs and what is the response time of my CPU. ST06. See here, how much memory is there, how many swaps are there, how many swaps are free swap size. So all this information we can see in ST06. The main purpose of ST06 is we can see number of CPUs and we can see the CPU utilization. How much CPU utilization is there and how much idle. Idle also we can see. Idle means what? The CPU is idle. So it was not used. The CPU utilization was not used. So that is called idle. So how much idle percent is there? That idle percent should not go below 20. Okay. In ST06 we can see the CPU utilization. Next, ST02. ST02 is a buffer tune summary. Buffer tune summary. We have a different buffers are there in SAP level. These are the SAP related buffers. Okay, program buffers, screen buffers, table buffers, okay, CUA buffers, calendar buffers. So these are the different buffers are there. So whenever my buffer utilization is high and it will occupy the swaps, it is increasing, it is utilizing the swaps, then what will happen? Ultimately, here the swaps numbers will be generated randomly and very fast. If my buffer tuning is not good and all my buffers are utilized 100%, then what will happen? It will utilize the swap size also, swap space also. So whenever swap space also is utilized increasing, then here you can see the numbers in a big numbers like 10,000, 5,000, 6,000, 8,000, like that numbers we can see in a red color, in a red color. So here this is, we need to concentrate on swaps, and apart from that we need to concentrate on the hit ratio. This is the first row, hit ratio. So these are the different buffers. These are the different buffers areas are there. In each and every buffer, how much hit ratio is there? Hit ratio is nothing but what? Hit ratio means on that buffer, on that particular buffer, how much users are accessing, how many users are accessing on that particular buffer. So that is called, we can say, in a hit ratio. It will show you in percentage wise. So your hit ratio, if your hit ratio is more, means above 95%, then what will happen? Hit ratio is more means what? More users are accessing my buffers. So whenever more users are accessing my buffers, then my read and write access into the buffer will be a good. So in productive systems, in production systems, okay, in production systems, the hit ratio should be more than 95%. It should be more than 95%. Then we can say the hit ratio is good and memory utilization is good. Okay.
Where exactly this hit ratio?
This one, the first row. First row. This is the percentage wise, 95%, 92%, 96%, 95%, 99%. So all this hit ratio should be more than a 95% in my production systems. And we need to concentrate on swaps also. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we need to do this, right?
In swaps, how much utilizing is there? We need to check the swap size. So if it is utilizing more in buffer area, then what will happen? You can see the numbers here in a red color, and we can check swap size, swap space utilization at operating system level. Okay. And whenever these are the temporary, okay, whenever you have taken a restart of the system, okay, due to any other reasons, if you restart of the system, then what will happen? All the swaps will become 0. Again, the swaps will become a 0. Got my point?
So if we find some errors here,
sorry?
if we find some red color numbers, so what
Yeah,
we need to do?
We need to mention in our daily health check activities which buffer area swaps is more. For example, program buffer. So program buffer swaps is more. We need to mention the swaps number and the red color. Okay. So if all the swaps are increased, then what we need to do? Ultimately, we need to take a restart of the system. If you restart of the system, then your all the swaps will become a 0 again, because these are the temporary.
Yeah, but what exactly the term swap is here?
The term swap means what is my physical memory is there, how much physical memory is there, how much physical memory I have assigned to my SAP system. Okay, apart from that physical memory, I'm using some other memory, that is we call it as a swap. I can configure swaps some 10 GB or 2 GB or 5 GB or 6 GB. So apart from my physical memory, okay, so it will use the swaps. If I configure 2 GB or 4 GB again, so then what will happen? The 2 GB also it will use as a memory. Okay, that is swaps. That is a swaps.
Okay, it's not related with the RAM.
No, no, no. Okay, so up to here, right? And tomorrow we'll continue the remaining topics, remaining transactions.
So in swap memory, we see the number, so we need to restart the system. Is there any another action we require?
Another action is not required. There is no another
That is the
action.
only solution.
Only instance restart. But the instance restart is not required for 1 swaps, 2 swaps or 3 swaps. If all your swaps are increased, more numbers, then if it is increased into the red color, then it is showing in the red color, then we can suggest for a restart.
Through SAP MMC.
Yeah, SAP MMC or OS level, anything. Only SAP restart. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will meet tomorrow at the same time, and we will continue the remaining topics tomorrow, and we will close the daily health check activities tomorrow. Okay.